Hello, everybody, and welcome back to The Advisor. Today, I'm so excited. I am in Las Vegas today with Dr. Bradley Nelson. Dr. Bradley Nelson is having a big event here, and he's teaching the body code. There is a huge audience here learning how to become certified body code healing practitioners, and it's been an amazing time. I've been working with Dr. Bradley, and he is, by the way, a New York Times best-selling author for the emotional code and for the body code. And it's just been an amazing experience. I have felt so much better since I've been working with him and doing his program. Since the emotional code, I felt releases of emotions that were just baggage that I was carrying for years, just release from me. And my mind, my clarity, the way I feel, everything has changed tremendously. Now I'm here in Las Vegas with Dr. Bradley Nelson, and we're doing the body code, and we're learning how to unlock the ability to heal our bodies. And this has just been an amazing experience. I just want to, say thank you so much for giving this time with me and just sharing, all your knowledge. And for people out there who don't know what the body code is, can you share what the body code is and the benefits of having it in your life?
Absolutely. Well, back in the early 1980s, I was a computer programmer, and then I became a doctor. And what began to dawn on me was that every single patient had within them a computer of sorts, a very powerful computer that I was able to access gradually, and I was able to understand this language of the internal computer. We call it the subconscious mind, you can call it the unconscious, whatever you want, but that internal computer is the part of us that is creating millions of new cells every minute and is running all these automatic functions and keeping us alive from one moment to the next.
Right.
We don't do that with the conscious mind. The conscious mind is kind of along for the ride,
Yeah.
but the subconscious mind is aware of everything going on. So every face you've ever seen in a crowd, and everything you've ever eaten or tasted or touched or smelled is all logged in that subconscious mind, and it knows exactly at every individual given moment in your life exactly what it is that you need. Do you need a certain vitamin? Do you have a certain kind of low-grade infection in the body? Do you have something out of alignment in the body? Do you have some deficiency? Do you have emotional baggage? Do you have trauma held in the body? Do you have some kind of an imbalance in an organ or a gland? Do you have some kind of a disconnection going on between your spirit within you that is really who you are and your physical body? And so over many years of practice, working with many patients from all over the world, most of whom had been told there was really no help for them at all in Western medicine,
Yes.
I was able to achieve an incredibly high success rate getting these people well by accessing this internal computer. And so the body code is really just, it's like the Rosetta Stone for this subconscious computer. So what we're doing in this event is we're teaching people how to access this internal computer, this internal chat GPT that's smarter than chat GPT or any AI, because it's the intelligence that keeps the body running, which is unbelievably, actually inconceivably complex to us, but it does it so smoothly. It's amazing, right? And so the body code is this system that anyone can learn. And we even have kids that are doing it successfully. It's that simple. It's this simple language you can learn to find out why you really have migraines. What's the real reason? Or why you have been diagnosed with some kind of a disease.
Right.
What are the real underlying causes of that? And so that's what the body code is about. It's about enabling people. It's about empowering people, really, to be able to read their own internal computer, ask questions, get answers. There's no other system like it in the whole world. And it is going to change the world. And it is high time that this changes, right? Because we've given up this birthright that every one of us comes into the world with to be able to be our own healers, in most cases.
Right.
To heal our loved ones, to help them. Our birthright is to be healthy all the time. Our birthright is to have abundance. That's our natural state. But we're born into a world where we start being lied to almost from day one, because the people that we grew up with have all been lied to. The whole world's been living on lies for generations upon generations. And now finally, mankind is waking up to the fact that we're divine beings.
Yes.
And essentially, inside of every one of us is this computer. And now we know what the language of that computer is, and it's actually really simple. Anybody can learn it. And so this event is where we really take people in depth into this computer language and how they can do it for other people, do it for themselves. And in this 3-day event, which also we have an online course for this as well, where people actually can be trained to become practitioners. And we've certified over 15,000 practitioners now around the world in, I think, 108 countries as of yesterday. And it just keeps going, and it's going to change the world. So it's fun stuff, isn't it?
Oh my God,
Isn't it
it's
fun?
so much fun. This has been life-changing for me. It really, truly has. You know, learning these programs have just changed my life completely. And what I love about it is that we're not just going and, you know, just like, one thing that made me so angry is that when you go to a doctor, they give you a bottle of pills, or they just mask the symptoms that you have.
Right.
But when you're doing energy healing and when you're doing the body code, you're actually going to the root cause. You're figuring out, where did this start? Was it an inherited emotion? Was it prenatal? Is it because of you're having problems, you know, with, you know, something else that you wouldn't even think is related to the actual problem that you have currently?
Right.
And it tracks it down and makes it so simple, because sometimes people think things have to be so complex when things could be really easy. We could heal the body very easily within minutes and just feel like a new person.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
It's totally amazing.
Yeah, it's the opposite of complexity.
Yeah.
When I was in practice, that's what I found. As I continued to work on people, this system really became more and more simple as time went on. And that's why it's so simple now that kids can actually learn how to do this and do it very effectively.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's fun stuff.
I love it. And you know, in your books, you had mentioned briefly about the heart wall. And I love that concept, because people, you know, over time, we all build a heart wall. You know, when things happen to us, one thing happens, we kind of build a little, you know, invisible wall around our heart to protect us. And over the time, we just can build layers and layers and layers. Now in December, you're coming out with the heart code. And can you just tell us briefly about that?
Absolutely. Well, the first book that I wrote and published was The Emotion Code. And there was a chapter in that book about something that we call the heart wall, where if you feel like your heart is going to break, which is a physical sensation, right? Where you can feel like there's an elephant sitting on your chest, or like you can't breathe. Most people at some point in their life have experienced that. Well, we now know that the heart is actually a second brain. And everything that the ancient peoples believed about the heart, that it was the seat of the soul, the source of love and creativity and romance and the core of our being, we're now beginning to realize were correct. And rather than the Western biological view of the heart as being nothing more than a muscle that pumps blood, we're realizing the heart is all of those things that the ancients believed it to be. So when you feel like your heart's going to break, the subconscious mind will put up a wall, build a wall around your heart. It's an invisible wall, you can't see it, but it's made of the energy of your emotional baggage. Yeah. You know, from your divorce, or from the times you were bullied as a child, or from deaths in the family, or from just difficult emotional situations that you went through. And even sometimes from inherited emotional energy that you received at conception from mom or dad that might go back for many generations.
Right.
And so the Heart Wall book, it's actually called the Heart Code, is just about this one energy medicine concept, which has been called the most important discovery in the history of energy medicine. Because when that wall is taken down, it's not unusual for people to fall in love who never were able to before. People sometimes find their soulmate when they'd been searching for that soulmate their whole entire life. People have creative ideas that begin to flow spontaneously, because what we believe is that the best creative ideas that you'll ever have will not come from this brain, they will come from this brain, the brain in your heart.
Right.
But if you've got a wall around your heart of layers of depression and anger and resentment and frustration and sadness and grief and all these negative emotions, it becomes much more difficult to manifest into the world that perfect blueprint of your life that lies within that heart of yours.
Right.
And so we believe that taking down this wall is just critically important. And so the book is coming out in December. If you go to my personal website at drbradleynelson.com, that's drbradleynelson.com. I can spell that, luckily. If I would have messed that up, that would have been sad. But if you go to that site, you'll see how you can order these books. And our goal is to open 1 million hearts and get this book out there to the world. Our books have been translated into many languages, but we believe that this book is really going to be the catalyst to shift this world into a new state of vibration, and to keep this push going and push the world over the tipping point, because there's a new world that's trying to be born. The consciousness level of humanity is expanding every day, but the key really is the heart. The new world that's coming is a world where we're all going to be living from the heart, right?
Yes.
And manifesting into the world that perfect creation that lies within the heart of each one of us. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a world unlike any world we've ever known before. And that world is coming. But opening the heart is the key.
Yes.
And so if you go to drbradleynelson.com, you'll see how you can order multiples of these books. And you get certain things, get certain gifts. You buy 10 of these books, and your Christmas shopping may be done in one shot.
Right.
And what better gift can you give somebody than the gift of learning how to open their own heart and open the hearts of the people they care about?
Yes.
And in return for that, you actually get a free session from somebody, to work on you. And this work is done at a distance or live and in person. And so it's just a phenomenal movement that's taking place all over the world. And it's part of this inevitable shift in the world, from the world that we've known, a world of control and coercion and darkness and all of that, into a whole different world of light, a world that's dominated by unconditional love. Yeah. It's so exciting. And that world is just right around the corner. And if you look at all the chaos going on in the world and the craziness, that's because the earth essentially is in labor. Yeah. And that can be painful, right? And chaotic and so on.
Yeah.
I know my wife, had 8 kids.
Yeah.
I was there for some of those. Wow. But the earth is in labor and is trying to give birth to this whole new world. And this is part of that. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you can feel the truth of that, go to drbradleynelson.com and do your Christmas shopping. Get some books, get a free gift or two, and help us, because the world needs this help. And so you're so amazing, Stacey, and I'm so grateful that you're here. And Stacey and I've been on your podcast a few times, and it's like I was telling everybody yesterday, you're just one of my very top favorite people to be interviewed by, because of your presence and your love, and you're just so awesome. So.
Thank you so much. And I want to say you've made such an impact in my life. I appreciate you so much. And every time with you, I feel such a tight connection to you. And you've changed my life through your teachings. And I just want to say thank you, and that I love you. You are just so special to me.
I love you too, sweetie. Thank you so much. You're amazing.